Clear on final, clear on base, nobody's on the runway. Be a normal takeoff, we should be off the ground by the middle of the runway. If we are not, we will abort the takeoff. For liftoff, every 100 feet we get into the air increases our options of what we can do. We get to about 800 feet and then we can think about turning back around.
It's cam.
So that would be our abort briefing, okay?
Got it. Airspeed active.
What are you listening?
Rotate. Clear ahead. At pattern altitude. Check right. Turn right. Do better than that.
Lincoln Hills, Skyhawk 456 Echo Romeo, departing runway 8 to the north, Lincoln Hills.
Climb to 3,000. Alright, make her turn west. There was nothing, we're clear right. That's I-90?
Yes, it is. And the glider port is just, see the red building there? Look just north of that, you can see the grass runway. We're left, yeah. 180. We'll see if there are any airplanes. Looks like it's a tow airplane on there, so let's fly right over it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Looks like we got something set on the runway there. It looks like the way it's sitting, like it's a glider.
Still not seeing it.
All over here on the west end of the runway, so aim out this way now. Is there an airplane on the runway there?
Looking for the runway.
Could be right underneath us.
Got it. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, see the glider sitting there and the tow plane off to the side?
Yeah. I was looking at this other line here. That was just a field.
Oh.
I'm going.
Oh, there's a glider right underneath us. Holy mackerel, I'm not kidding. See him? See him back there? Look right behind us. See him circling? He's right behind us. Got us in his sights.
Get us the hell out of here. Right. Below us, right?
Nope, he's at our altitude right now, but he's way behind us.
Okay.
He's circling right over the field there. Did you see him? I have the flight controls.
You have the flight controls.
I have the flight controls. Him?
I'm still trying to. But my, oh, I got him. Yeah.
He's playing. And you have the flight controls.
I have the flight controls.
He's back up to 3,000. What are you doing? All right, and just out to the southwest here, this is our practice area. This is the advantage of having several airports very close to us. We've got Casa de Aero right behind us. Sky soaring, where the glider is going into. Down here to the right, you can just see the runway for Arrow Lake Estates. See that down there?
Still have a hard time finding runways.
See the green patch with the trees in it right there? It's got a little bit of water. There's a runway sort of southwest, northeast. Turn to a heading of 240. Go to the right.
Okay, where's this strip I'm supposed to be seeing?
Right up our nose. There's the town of Genoa right over here. Behind us is Hampshire, just to our left.
Okay.
See right there?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Nope, fly right over it then.
Oh, it's paved?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for a grass strip.
Oh.
I'm going. Where's the grass?
Yeah, there are several grass strips out here also. Not quite as obvious.
They just had a midair at a Young Eagles flight over the weekend.
I didn't hear about that. Where was that?
I think it was Syracuse.
Oh boy. That's too bad.
They picked off a experimental, I think.
That's a shame.
Open the hill, backwards. VFR automated weather advisory. Wind 080 at 4. Visibility 10. Temperature 26 Celsius. Altimeter 3013. Density altitude 2,000. Condensation altitude 7,600.
Grab it on your parachute.
Yep, I'm all set. All right, let's do a couple clearing turns, or a clearing turn anyway,
Okay.
and set ourselves up for some slope flight.
Burlington traffic says us Explorer 092. We're about a mile and a half out on entering
There's the DeKalb Airport.
left base for
Yes.
11 Burlington.
They coordinated, Jeff.
Burlington traffic says the 092 turning 1 mile final for 11 Burlington.
Got this guy who's coming to do a simple checkout flight. 4. Alright, so have we met our requirements?
Yes, we have.
Fly some slow flight. We've cleared the area. We're not over a congested area. We've got plenty of altitude. At least 1,500 feet above the ground.
Lake Mills traffic, Warrior 4300, departing runway 8 to the west, Lake Mills. Lincoln Hills traffic, Dakota 2946 Bravo, 9 northwest, we'll be entering left downwind for runway 8.
All those little mini brakes, huh? Some altitude back.
Good use of power to do that. Very nice.
Lincoln Hills, Skyhawk 456, Echo Romeo, downwind, runway 8, Lincoln Hills.
Let's turn right to a heading of 300. Clear to the right.
Lincoln traffic, Dakota 29er, 46 Bravo, entering left downwind for runway 8, Lake of the Hills. Skyhawk in a pattern, what's your position? Just about to turn base. Thanks.
Alright, let's recover here.
Lincoln Hills 456, Echo Romeo, base for 8, Lincoln Hills.
Let's get back up to 3,000.
Lincoln Hills, Skyhawk 456, Echo
And
Romeo,
let's turn to heading of 360. Clear to the right. Left base, 8, Lake in the Hills. Let's just see if we can hold it on this altitude heading.
Lincoln Hills, Skyhawk 456, Echo Romeo, clear runway, Lincoln Hills.
And let's bring our power back to 2,000. Hold us at this altitude. Hold us on this heading.
46 Bravo, turning final for 8, Lake in the Hills. Lincoln Hills line service 456 Echo Romeo.
It's at 10 degrees of flaps.
Please. Thank you.
Hold us at 3,000.
What was that?
Burlington area traffic, Archer 1490 Hotel, 5.5 to the north, it's going to be 45
I don't know.
entry for left downwind, runway 11.
Bubble there, huh?
Traffic stock 73213, midfield, left downwind 11. Burlington, we're leaving the pattern to the south, Burlington.
2,000, right?
sinks down a little over than that. That was our initial power setting as we slow the airplane down. Now the lack of speed of the airplane, the slowing down of the physical aircraft, is going to slow that prop down too. And let's add another 10 degrees of flaps. Hold 3,000. We're adding a lot of drag to the airplane, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I heard a bird.
But nice job on the altitude, nice job on the heading, everything's staying in place. All right, 10 more degrees of flaps, still hold at 3,000, hold on north.
Burlington traffic, Archer 1490 Hotel, entering a left downwind on the 45 for runway 11 Burlington. Lake in the Hills traffic, Cherokee 6 Romeo Pops, about 6 to the north, inbound landing runway 8, Lake in the Hills.
Still different layers of air that you go through, because all of a sudden you get a deceleration and an acceleration.
Yeah, later in the afternoon like this, the sun really has had time now to work on the ground underneath us. To fly over trees or more bare fields, and really different character of air rising up off of it.
This is where I get behind the airplane as I start to descend.
All right, well, I got you up here so that all you got to do, add a little power if you need it. We look for trends in our instruments, so it looks like we're going too fast or too slow, then we change our pitch to make it where we want it to be. Looks like we're descending, add power, getting too high, pull some power out.
Lake in the Hills traffic, Roman 900 Juliet Sierra is about 3 to the east, and under downwind for 8.
Whoa!
That kind of stuff's going to happen, it's just, we just fly through it.
Lake in the Hills traffic, Cherokee 6 Romeo Pops 3 to the north, be landing.
The air is like a thing that's almost alive. It's always moving. And
Bird and cats.
Is that what you're comparing your flying to?
Lake in the Hills traffic, Cherokee 6 Romeo Pops, we're about 3 to the north. We're just going to make a big 360 here for spacing. We'll be number 2 for the field, Lake in the Hills.
Simple movements in response to what's going.
I wasn't quite established on the 45 yet, so we'll just make a big turn out here and follow you in.
All right,
So you tell me, what are you doing right now? Give me 2 words to describe what flight condition we are in.
Slow
Slow
and
flight. Yeah, and you're doing fine.
We're the traffic at site 900 Juliet Sierra.
Doing very good. And let's turn, let's go to the right. Clear to the right. So it just says head to 090, so right turn back to the east. I just don't want to get too far out this way.
Easy does it, right?
Yep, and coordinated. So everything in place. The steeper we bank, the higher the stall speed goes. The more the load is on the airplane.
Signals traffic, sundown, or Skyhawk there, 69 Romeo Romeo is about 6 miles to the northeast. We'll be entering left downwind for runway 8. We have the 2 airplanes in front of us inside Lake Mills.
Okay, what I'd like you to do is take the power out, let the airplane descend, so keep your airspeed right where it's at, put power all the way off, let the airplane descend, let's go down, so don't necessarily point the airplane down, because I don't want to accelerate.
Right.
If I accelerate, I don't want a big high airspeed there, so keep your airspeed right where it's at, and at 2,700, power all the way out, just hold us here, don't let us go any lower.
Chicago traffic, copter 51s over 76th and the 355 eastbound at 1.5, inbound to the helipad.
Full power.
Plug nose traffic.
Get the nose down, so it means we reduce our angle of attack, get the airplane flying again.
Okay.
Go back up a bit. Go ahead and clean yourself up a bit. When we retract the flaps all like that, you can feel the airplane just sort of sink a little bit. So while we don't want to do that, certainly when we're close to the ground. When we clean up, we'd want to go 10, 20, 10, or 30,
okay.
Take them off 10 at a time.
Yeah.
We don't want to just take them all out. Because especially at those real slow airspeeds, the airplane's going to want to sink back down because we're changing the lift characteristic of the wing.
Runway 8, we have the downwind traffic in sight, Lake Mills.
Signals traffic, over 900 Australia Street, final for 8, Lake Mills.
When we get up to 3,000 feet, I want you to set your power again to 20. And we are in the flap operating range, so we'll add our first 10 degrees of flaps.
Lake traffic, Cherokee 6 showing a pop left base for 8. You got the traffic over the numbers in sight. Signals traffic, Skyhawk there, 69 Romeo Romeo, left downwind, runway 8. We have police traffic in sight, Lake Mills.
Signals traffic, 900 Australia for 8, Lake Mills.
Lake Mills traffic, 6 Romeo Pop to final for 8, full stop, Lake Mills.
If you look down here to the right,
Chicago traffic, copter 51 is landing at the Midwest helipad.
See the windsock?
83, Chicago.
Orange windsock down there in the runway.
Okay.
It's one of these, I mean, there are these, a lot of little private airstrips all around out here.
Lake Hills traffic, Skyhawk 969 Romeo is turning left base, runway 8. We have final traffic at site 969 Romeo. Lake Hills traffic.
Alright, so let's take our power all the way out. Let it descend down, and at 2,800 I want you to just stop the descent. Nice and gentle on the controls, not going anywhere. Hold us right here. So pitch up to hold us there. Pitch us up to hold us there. You're not going to stay. Have your power all the way out? Yeah, you do. Don't even want to stall today. And then recover, full power,
Final, runway 8,
reduce the angle of attack, get the airplane flying again. Simple stuff, yes? Yeah. Let's go back up, we'll do it again. You okay with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Just a little easier than...
Then slow flight?
Well, I'm trying to sort of bring you in on it.
No, I got the process.
Yeah.
3 miles northeast, inbound to landing, runway 8, Lake Hills.
Those are looking good. I mean, we're not. The airplane is not actually even stalling particularly.
No,
we're not getting a break. That's just the nature of today. Good job working on your altitude control there. It looks good.
Really working it.
Yeah. Well, today's a lot of work because we're all these different air currents.
Go ahead and bring her out.
Yep.
Go to 1,800. And hold her back.
Yep, there's a stall. That was actually a little better stall. Stay coordinated through the recovery. Lots of right rudder pressure. Why do we want to stay coordinated in the recovery?
So you don't want to induce a spin.
Sure.
You're still stalling.
Yeah. In an uncoordinated airplane, we start yawing after we stalled, and we could enter a spin. A spin is just a stall that has a rotational element to it. So let's go back over to Lake in the Hills, and we'll do some takeoffs and landings. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
We are going to be flying very, very close to that glider port up here, so just be extra vigilant.
All right, we're now, I've lost my spatial. So 3CK is, okay. Here's 074. 75.